everybody. This is Deb Coviello, and welcome to another episode of Live Talk Media, where week after week I get a chance to talk to you guys. Again, I know it's one sided, but I always love the opportunity to share some insights in the hope that they may actually help you navigate your challenges with confidence. You know, that's my tagline. And I'm a little bit rushed this week. Normally I would do this on a Monday, but I had the time finally on a Thursday to get this done. I was away all weekend at a curling tournament. And if you don't know about curling, give me a ring. Let's talk about that. But curling is where we throw stones on ice. We sweep them to get them to a particular target such that we outcount our opponent and win a game. And so this weekend I was in Janesville, Wisconsin at the Blackhawk Curling Club with a member of my team from the Cincinnati Curling Club, and we met up with ladies from Cleveland and Milwaukee, formed a team, and I'm pleased to say we went 1-2. We had set the goal to win one game, and just had a wonderful time, great hospitality, and just enjoying the sport of curling together. And as you can see, I am wearing curling gear, comfy clothes, athletic clothes to just help you be able to deliver the stone and also to be able to do a lot of sweeping and yelling. So, anyway, that's a little bit about what's going on with me. A bit rushed this week, but I still wanted to jump on here because there was something that happened this week that really upset me. And I think there is great insight when I get a little bit upset about something because there's always an opportunity to share some insights with you so you do not have the same issue. So it's around my article that I wrote this week. And if you like reading my content, you can always go to LinkedIn and go to the Drop In CEO Digest. And that's where I write this content, or my website, dropinceo.com. But this week was interesting, whereby I was trying to form a business relationship between two people in my network where they both mutually could benefit. And so typically, again, in email, maybe in LinkedIn, you make the introduction between the two parties and wait for magic to happen. So this week I did that. And the interesting thing was the person that I was trying to serve, they're actually a client of mine. The person I was trying to introduce them to, did not respond. And I was feeling a little bit embarrassed, and I jumped right all over it. And I come to find out, and it's quite possible that the communication went to the person's spam folder, hence why they missed it and didn't reply in a timely fashion. Now, I don't let my client know this, of course, but I quickly messaged the person, let them know there is a communication, they're waiting for a response. Could you jump on it? And they, of course, did. And my client just said, guess what? They got in touch with me. But the problem was, they said it went to spam. And the title of this week's topic is When It must have gone to my spam folder can no longer be an acceptable business excuse. And the reason why I say this, again, I was a little upset, but I think you can learn a great lesson from this, is that spam folders serve a purpose to protect us from unwanted messages, either from a cybersecurity perspective or just unnecessary emails that you might get. And so they do serve a process or purpose. They mitigate risk, for which we celebrate, and we need these things. But I think almost everybody out there, for whatever reason, and again, the security of how we receive email, if it doesn't recognize it, and there's certain business rules, things just go to spam. The thing I ask you is, if we know this, if we already know that things go to spam, and periodically we should have the discipline to go to our spam folder and either empty it out or see if there's something that we missed. I mean, ultimately, the accountability is with you. People are trying to communicate in digital format and texting and other forms. But given that we have this other place where communications might reside, might we take the accountability to have a system in place and a disciplined cadence to assure that nothing slips through? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, even though we're communicating via digital means and many times, we're still trying to maintain human connection and relationships. Okay? So I want you to think about that. Think about it in the context of the people sending you things and the chance that maybe 5% of those communications might go to your spam folder. If these were customers, and they might actually be customers, isn't it worth taking the time to have a system in place to review this? It's just a question. Maybe you don't care. If you miss something, they send the communication again. You might see it, you might not. You're rolling the dice. And that's fine. It's your choice. But I show up to provide you some thoughts on what you might do to take personal accountability for those incoming communications that maybe require an action and incorrectly went to the wrong place. And again, there may be reasons, but just recognize it. Because again, customers won't accept the fact that something went to your spam folder. So think about the most extreme situation where important communications go to your spam folder. What would you do? So I don't want you to have to be in crisis mode, but I want you to think about a possible solution to this. So I'll just read what my suggestions were for you. If things go to your spam folder, consider either you or a designee review the spam folder daily and any miscommunications. Send your apologies for the delay and take ownership for it. Don't tell a white lie. Don't make things up. Own it. I think people will respect you and the relationship will be preserved. Again, the ultimate outcome of this is we are preserving relationships with important people that are reaching out to us to communicate. Number 2, create additional rules in your mail system that if and from important people or entities arrive, to send them to an appropriately marked folder for follow-up. Again, it's just setting up these systems with the efficiencies to be able to route things in the right way and have an accountable person, you or designee, on a designated frequency to review it and make sure we take action on it. Again, I'm just trying to help you here. And number three, sometimes over time we get too many things and we just get in the habit of just delete, delete, delete. Well, 1 second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds accumulate over time. And what's happening is when we're getting unwanted email, advertisements, newsletters, etc. But by the way, don't unsubscribe from mine. I've got a lot of good stuff in there. We, over time, this extra noise kind of gets in the way and we just start ignoring things because it's too much. I do recommend at the same time, because some of these newsletters also go to your spam folder and then you may not be able to scan it for the really important stuff. So you or designee periodically unsubscribe from the mailing list that you don't want so that your name or email is not shared with other mailing lists that will result in more spam. Again, I am providing you some accountability processes so that you don't miss what's important. A spam folder serves a purpose, but don't let it run you. You still need to manage it with the appropriate rules and make it such that you have a process in place that makes it easy so that if you do miss something, you can quickly recover and maintain those meaningful relationships. Again, technology has become a lifesaver for us from an efficiency perspective, but overutilization and dependency can be our demise and ruin those relationships. So that's my message for you. I just wanted to bring that up because it really, really bothered me. But I think that, and I do this, I review spam twice a day, make sure I haven't missed anything, and take the appropriate action. So that's my message for you. And again, a little bit of a business tip for you. If you are a CEO, I would consider asking your team or your IT team to look at this as well, because the worst thing that can happen is that a customer gets pissed off and they wind up contacting their head of sales or the CEO about something that was missed. You can take accountability and make sure we have the systems in place so we maintain those critical relationships. So, that's it for this week. I know it was a little fast, but I did want to connect with you. If you want to reach out to me via my website, dropinceo.com, or reach out to me on LinkedIn, direct message me. It's me there answering all those messages, because honestly, from a business perspective, I just don't want to see you in chaos or crisis. That's when CEOs or C-suite leaders call me, usually at a point of crisis or transition, to address people issues, process issues, mitigate those risks so they can grow and better serve their customers. These tips, these tricks, my guests on my podcast. These are all to help you avoid a crisis and incrementally improve your business. So that's why I'm here, so that you struggle less and you can enjoy life a little bit more. So that's it. Thank you so much for dropping in on another Deb Coviello Live Talk Media. We'll see you again next week, and take care.